Hello everyone and welcome to Pep Coding. I hope you all are extremely good. So today in this video we are going to discuss the solution of how to find the power of a number. So we have to find x power n, right, by using recursion, right? So we have to find x power n. Now we also find this in the previous question, right? How to find x raised to power n in the previous question. I hope you watched that video. If you don't, then please watch that video first. So firstly, let we discuss the approach of this video, and then we will find the difference between the two, right? So we have to find the x raised to power n, right? In the previous question, we found that we can find x raised to power n by using x into x raised to power n minus 1 by using this formula, right? Now we have another formula to find the x raised to power n, that is x raised to power n equals to x raised to power n by 2 into x raised to power n by 2, right? So now if we have to find 2 raised to power 5, firstly let me find 2 raised to power 4. Now it is equal to 2 raised to power 2 into 2 raised to power 2. Now 2 raised to power 4 it is what? 16. 2 raised to power 2 is what? 4 into 2 raised to power 2 is 4. So this formula is correct for this. Now if we have to find the power of 2 raised to power 5, right? So we can do like this using this formula, right? So this will give us 4 into 4 16, but 2 raised to power 5 is what? 32, right? So this formula is not always true, right? This is true for even values of n, right? But for odd values of n this is not true, right? Here we want one more 2, right? So we got 16. If I multiply one more 2 with this, I got the desired result, right? So this means that if n is odd, then we have to add one more, we have to multiply one more number with our result, then we got the desired result, right? So let's generalize this. If this is equal to x raised to power n by 2 into x raised to power n by 2 if n is even, right? If n is even. But if n is odd, then x raised to power n is what? X raised to power n by 2 into x raised power n by 2 into x, right? So this is our desired formula to find x raised to power n, right? So now we have to code this, right? Now what is our expectation in this, right? So let's figure out our expectation and faith in this. So our expectation in this is that the given function will give me the result of x raised to power n, which is equal to x multiplied n times, right? My faith in this is that x raised to power n by 2 will give me the desired result, which is what? X multiplied n by 2 times, right? My expectation is that this will give me the result of x raised to power n. My faith is that this will give me the result of x raised to power n by 2. Now how my faith meet my expectation? That I can find this by using this formula. If n is even, right, and x raised to power n is x raised to power n by 2 into x raised to power n by 2 into x if n is odd, right? So this is our faith, this is our expectation, and this is how our faith meet our expectation, right? So let's execute this high level thinking in our code, right? So I have to find power of n by 2, right? Which is what? Power of x will remain same, right? And power will divided by 2, right? Now this here we have to use this symbol. Why? Because if I use this symbol, then this will give me the result as the true division, that is the float result, right? But I want the result as integer, so I'll use this symbol. This symbol will provide me the integer result of division, right? So here we have to use this symbol, right, in order to get the integer result, right? Now what is the power of n? This will x power of here, this will be power of n by 2 into power of n by 2, right? So power of n is what? Power of n by 2, x raised to power n by 2 into x raised to power n by 2. But here we have to check if n is even or odd. So before returning the result, we'll check if n is even. Now in the case where n is even, we have to return this only, right? So if n is even, we have to result power of n only, right? So we'll return power of n, right? But if n is odd, then we have to return power of n into x, right? So here, if n is odd, we have to result power of n. In power of n, we have stored this into x, right? So this is our code. And we know that in case of finding x raised to power n, our base case is what? If n becomes 0, now anything power 0 is what? 1. So we'll return 1, right? So this is our high level thinking. Now let's discuss about the low level thinking. Right, so this is our code, right? So let's perform a dry run of this. Right, we have variables x, n, power of n by 2 and power of n. Here I'll write the result of what to return to the next low level, right? So let's find the power of 2 raised to power 5, right? So here x is what? 2, n is what? 5. So this is, let's suppose this is our first line, this is second line, this is third, and this is fourth, right? Or let's say this is third, because from these two either one will run, right? So here in the first line, when this code will run, here in the first line, let's suppose this is our function. Here in the first line, it will call what? Power of x n by 2, right? So it will call power of, at first line it will call power of x will remain same, n is divided by 2. So when we divide 5 by 2, this will result return us 2. So here we'll get 2, right? So again in the first line, this function will call 2 power 2, right? So again in the first line, when the first line of this function will execute, this will call what? X power n by 2. Now n is our what? 2. So 2 by 2. Now 2 by 2 is what? 1, right? Now again the first line of this function will execute, right? Now this the first line will call 2 power function of 2 n by 2. Now n is what? 1. So 1 divided by 2. Now 1 by 2 is what? 0. So it will call 2 power 0, right? So when 2 0 is called, the value of n becomes 0. So it will return what? 1. This function will return us 1, right? Right. So this will return 1. Now 1 is stored in the low level. 1 is stored here in power of n by 2. So here 1 will get stored, right? So next this second line of this function will execute. In the second line, in power of n, what will get stored? Power of n by 2 into power of n by 2. Now power of n by 2 is what? 1. So in the power of n, what will store? 1 into 1, that is 2. Sorry, 1 into 1, 2 will get stored, right? Now this will check if n is even or odd. Now n in this case is what? 1. Now 1 is what? Odd, right? So else statement will run. This will return what? P of n into x. Power of n is what? 1 into x is what? 2. So it will return 2 to the low level, right? So in the low level, here 2 will received, right, in power of n by 2. So here now the second line will get execute. Here third line will return us what? P of n, power of n, that is 1 into x. X is what? 2, right? So this will return 2. Now again the second line of this function will execute. In the second line, in power of n, what will store? Power of n by 2 into power of n by 2. Now power of n by 2 is 2, so 4 will get stored here in power of n. Now this will check if n is even or odd. N in this case is what? 2. 2 is what? Even. In case of even, power of n is returned. Now power of n is 4, so 4 is returned here. Right? Next, in power of n by 2. In this function, first line is executed. Now in the second line, in power of n, what will get stored? Power of n by 2 into power of n by 2. Power of n by 2 is what? 4. So 4 into 4, 16 will get stored in power of n by 2, right? Next, it will check if n is even or odd. N in this case is what? 5. 5 is what? Odd. So else condition will run, right? In else condition, what we have to return? Power of n into x. X is what? 2. Power of n is what? 16. So 16 into 2 is 32. So 32 is returned to the low level. And here 32 will get printed. Right? 32 is received here and 32 will get printed, right? So 32 will get printed on our screen, right? So let's run this code. Here the name of the function is parlog, right? So we are getting the expected output. Let's try to submit it. So our code is getting submitted, right? So this is the low level thinking of this code. So now let's discuss what's the difference between this question and the previous question, right? If you haven't watched the video of previous question, then you have to watch that. Only then you can understand the difference between these two, right? So let's identify the difference. Now in this question, we are working on what? We are working in times complexity of log n, right? And in the previous question, we are working on time complexity of big of n. Now, if you haven't studied about the time complexity, then let's discuss something related to this question only, right? How the time complexity is big of log n, right? Now, in this question, we are doing what? We are calling a function x bar n. X bar n is calling x bar n by 2. X bar n by 2 is calling x bar n by 4. N by 4 is calling n by 8 and so on up to 0, right? Or let's ignore 0 for this time, so on up to 1, right? So these are the recursive calls made in our question, right? In this question. In the last question, we are doing what? We are calling a function x bar n. X bar n is calling x bar n by 1. N minus 1, right? N minus 1 is calling n minus 2. N minus 2 is calling n minus 3 and so on up to 1. X bar 1, right? So these are the calls made in our last question. These are the calls made in our current question, right? So let's figure out the difference of this, right? Now these are n calls, right? N minus 1, so on up to 1. So these are, in this question, we are taking n recursive calls. That's why the time complexity of this is big of n, right? Now let's figure out the number of recursive calls made in this question, right? The approach we were discussing right now, right? Now this is what? N by 2, n by 4, n by 8, so on up to 1, right? Right. So these are the recursive calls made in our question. Now this is looking something like GP, right? This is the GP with first term as n and the difference is 1 by 2, right? Now I have to find the, let's suppose there are k terms in this, right? Now I have to find the kth term. The formula to find the kth term in GP is what? First term difference raised to power number of terms minus 1, right? So this is the formula to find the kth term in GP, right? Right. So now in this case, A is what? N. R is what? 1 by 2. raised to power k minus 1. Now kth term is given as last term. The last term is what? 1. So this is equal to 1. So what we get? We get n 1 by 2 raised to power k minus 1 equal to 1. Yes. So this is the equation we got. Now this is equal to what? N over 2 power k minus 1, right, is equal to 1. Now we can write this as n is equal to 2 power k minus 1. Right? Clear up to here? So now let me take the log of 2 on both sides. So this is what? Log base 2 of n is equal to log base 2 of 2 power k minus 1, right? So if the bases are same, so we got what? Log base 2 of n is equal to k minus 1, right? So we get this equation, right? We can write it as k is directly proportional to log base 2 of n, right? So we get this case we can ignore minus 1, right? Now k is what? K is representing here the number of terms, right? K is representing here the number of terms from n to 1, right? Now these GP is what? These are the number of recursive calls made in our program. This will start from n and this will go from 1. So we can say that the time complexity of this function is log base 2 of n, right? So here we have to make only these much recursive calls. Here we have to make n recursive calls, right? So let's study this with the help of an example. For example, that we have to find the power of 2 power 32, right? So in the previous question we can do this by 2 raised to power 31, then we have to find 2 raised to power 30, then 2 raised to power 29, and so on up to 2 raised to power 1, right? So we have to calculate it 32 times. So we have to make 32 recursive calls in order to find this, right? If you use the approach as we use in our previous question, right? But in this case we can do what? We have to find 2 raised to power 32 by 2, 16, right? Next 2 raised to power 8, next 2 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 1, right? But in this case we have to make how many recursive calls? 1 2 3 4 5, right? So in this case we have to make 5 recursive calls, right? This is equal to what? Log base 2, n is what? 32, right? So we can write it as log base 2 power 5, 32 is what? 2 power 5. So we get 5, right? So we can ignore this minus 1, right? Here we have to make one more recursive call for 0, but we can ignore that since that is our base case. Yes, right? So we can write it as k is proportional to log base 2 of n, right? So in this question we have to make only 5 recursive calls, but here we have to make 32 recursive calls in order to find the same, that is 2 raised to power 32, right? So this is the major difference between this approach and the previous approach, right? So these are the two approaches by which you can find the x raised to power n. In this you have to make only log base 2 of n recursive calls, but in the by using the previous approach we have to make n recursive calls in order to find the same thing, that is x raised to power n, right? So I hope you understand the concept of both the approaches, right? So if you like the concept, then give a like to this video. Thank you for watching.